If you're new here, make sure to subscribe and hit the like button. Your support helps us bring more stories that remind us how fragile trust can be, and how one moment can change everything. It began like any other quiet Saturday evening, the kind where time slows down and the house feels like a small, safe world tucked away from everything outside. I had cleaned up, brewed a cup of tea, and sank into the sofa, wrapped in the kind of peace that almost feels unreal. From the kitchen came the faint hum of my partner's voice, soft, content, blending with the gentle aroma of dinner still hanging in the air. The kids were out. The house was still, too still. For a while, it felt perfect, almost too perfect. And that's when the unease started. That quiet, crawling instinct that something isn't right, even when everything looks normal. The air felt heavier, denser, as if the house itself was holding its breath. Lately, I had noticed shifts in him, small things at first. His eyes always on his phone. His laughter softer, not quite reaching me. Conversations cut short. Texts he didn't explain. Smiles that seemed borrowed. At first, I blamed work, stress, fatigue, anything but the truth whispering in the back of my mind. He's hiding something. Then, a sound, faint, deliberate, rhythmic, drifted from upstairs. I froze. Maybe the wind, I told myself. The pipes again. But no. It came again, measured and intentional. My eyes flicked toward the hallway, and that's when I noticed it. Liam's door, slightly ajar. It shouldn't have been. It never was. A chill climbed up my spine. My heart thudded so loudly I thought he might hear it. I wanted to turn away, pretend I hadn't seen. But curiosity, or maybe something deeper, pulled me forward. Each step felt heavier, the house quieter, as if the walls themselves were listening. When my hand touched the doorknob, it trembled. I already knew. Whatever waited on the other side would change everything. I pushed it open, just slightly. A soft, golden light from the bedside lamp spilled across the room, tracing the edges of shadows. My eyes adjusted, and then landed on him. Liam. What I saw in that instant stole the breath from my lungs. A private, raw, deeply human moment I was never meant to witness. Shock anchored me to the floor. My pulse roared in my ears. For a heartbeat, I wanted to close the door and erase it all, but I didn't. I stayed, and when he looked up, our eyes met. Everything between us shattered. His face was a storm of fear, shame, and something fragile, desperation. And me? I was a whirlpool of confusion, anger, empathy. The silence between us was unbearable, thick, electric, alive. He broke it first. I didn't mean for you to see that. His voice cracked, trembling with guilt. Words followed. Apologies, excuses. Each one stumbling over the last. But anger wasn't what I felt. Not yet. Beneath the shock was something else. Something almost painful, understanding. Then he said it. I just feel invisible. Like I don't matter anymore. Like no one even sees me. That word, invisible, cut through everything. Because I knew that feeling too well. The kind you bury under routines and small smiles. The kind that grows quietly in the corners of love. In that moment, he wasn't just confessing. He was reaching out, desperate for someone to see him, to hear him. And before I could stop myself, I whispered back, "You're not the only one who feels that way." That single sentence shifted something between us. His eyes softened, filling with relief and something dangerous. Hope. The air seemed to hold still. I should have walked away, drawn a line, closed the door. But I didn't. because deep down, I was just as lonely. We sat there, the silence pressing against us, heavy with everything we weren't saying. Slowly, I reached out, just a hand on his arm, not to cross a line, but to remind him he wasn't alone. "You matter," I said quietly, "even when it doesn't feel like it." He looked at me then, and I saw not the man who had hidden things from me, but someone lost, fragile, human. And maybe, in his reflection, I saw myself too. Later that night, when the house returned to its stillness, it felt wrong, empty in a way it hadn't before. Every shadow seemed to echo with what we'd shared, or what we'd risked. Because when two lonely hearts recognize each other, comfort becomes temptation. And that night, the line between the two blurred. Forever. What would you have done? Would you have walked away the moment you saw too much? Or stayed, risking everything, just to understand? Tell me in the comments below. I want to hear what you think.